Hey there, Ron here. Listen, I just had a conversation with Pam Patton over in our VA department, and she asked me to create a lesson on how you can generate leads on your own and send them to the VAs to keep them calling. As it turns out right now, we got more VAs than we have calls to make because you guys are slacking on me. The only calls they're making right now, for the most part, are leads that come across your Gold Club site every day, which you should be getting if you're a Gold Club member, and maybe some leads that they source for you on the internet. Now look, they can keep doing that, I get it, but you should be doing more than that. That's just not enough, and I'll give you a good reason why. The leads that come across the internet, regardless of whether we find them or they come across your daily inbox, are really the worst quality leads there are. People who advertise online are hard to get on the telephone. We can't reach more than about 25 or 30% of them when we try to outbound them after 3 tries, and they are the less productive leads. Now, after saying that, most of the deals that we do in class, most of the leads people bring us, that's where they got them because they won't go do anything to generate them on their own. And then there's still a lot of money in those leads, an easy 6-figure income in those leads, for some people 7 figures. But I want you to go beyond that. I want you to generate leads to where people call you. There are no better leads than when you get sellers to call you. They're way more motivated, they're easier to get on the telephone like 75% of the time, and their deals are better as well. So I want to discuss some ways for you to get leads on your own so you can then send them to your VA so you can get better results from them than just the leads that are on the internet. You're going to get a lot better answers. You're going to deal with more motivated people. So let's start with just a few of those ways we can do that you can implement very, very easily and very quickly. First, there are for sale by owner signs wherever you live. Are you looking for them? How hard are they to find? Every city's got them. Drive around in different areas while you're driving. You're out driving anyway. Just take a different path and look for these signs. Pull out your cell phone, snap a picture of the sign. I don't even care if you take a picture of the house because it doesn't matter until our VA calls them, and you can always pull them up on Zillow and look at the house. So take a picture of the sign, forward it to the virtual assistant, and then we'll call them and get a sheet filled out and either put it on your Dreams or send you the information if you're not on Dreams. So can you all do that? I mean, come on, realistically. How many of those signs could you find in a week if you were actually looking for them? Now, at least 10, I'd say. Isn't that 10 leads that you generated that didn't cost you 1 red cent? And people who put a sign out in front of their house are decent prospects. They're not the best prospects because they're not calling me, but they're certainly worth having the VA called and you follow up on. Better than the ones we find online. So start looking for some signs. Your goal, 10 a week. Second, are you running ads? If you're not running ads, it's simply because you didn't tell your VA to do it. Your VA will run ads for you on multiple websites. The ads are free. So I'm going to give you a good ad. And it works like a charm, and you'll stand out from everybody else. Here's your ad. You ready to write? Full price for your house and a phone number. Full price for your house and a phone number. They will respond to that ad. Now that phone number should go to Pat Live. You should know that, Pat Live. Now Pat Live will give you 6 phone numbers when you set up an account. One of them should be dedicated to running ads so you can know how many calls you're getting on that ad. They'll get you a report on how many calls came through that number. So get your VAs to run ads for you. Not you, get your VAs to do it. They know the websites, but they got to keep them updated as well. So just order them to run it, drive it to Pat Live, take the inbound calls. Remember, these people called you. You cannot get better candidates than that. So, and then there's signs. They got what we call bandit signs, which are the street signs. Say I buy houses on them generally, and a phone number. You've seen them beside the streets before. Look, it's not required you put them out there, but if you want to put them out there, Christy King from Yellow Letter Lady can make them for you. There's other places, dirtcheapsigns.com, banditsigns.com. Not hard to get these signs. You stick them out. Good news is they work. Bad news is they're going to come up missing. So if you do put them out, expect them to come up missing. But you know, how many calls do you need to get from them? They're cheap signs, are $2-3 each, and your house deals are worth $20,000-$30,000 each. So pretty good math if you ask me. And also then there's vehicle signs. So I'm not talking about a magnetic sign now. They look like crap, they're cheap looking, they fall off and so forth. I'm talking about, here's what I'd like for you to do. Put in your back window the see-through, you know the see-through signs? You got to be able to see through them from the outside or you can't use them, they'd be illegal. But if looking on the inside, you can't tell. They look like somebody put just a sticker on your back window. Put full price for your house and a phone number on your back window. Now that'd be a different phone number now because you're not paying anybody for this lead and you want to track the ones that come from your car. You do that, you're going to get calls on it. Now, if you can do that, how many other people can you get to do the same thing if you pay them $10 for every call they get on a house for sale? Do you know anybody who would love to get $10 for doing nothing except sticking a sign in their rear window? Your sign shops will make these signs up and put them in the window for them. Don't you let them other people do it. Let a sign shop do it because they'll make a mess out of it if you don't. Anybody that you can get to let you put that sign in their back window, and now you pay them $10 for every call that comes in. I pay them once a week, and usually pay them by PayPal, but honestly, you can write them a check, I don't care. But just get those signs. You should have an army of people with this sign in their rear window, because if you do, you're going to get a lot of leads from this sign. And remember, they're calling you. Now, if you're worried about full price for your house, what does that mean? All that means is whatever the seller and you agree upon, that's full price. But those words get them to call more than I buy houses. So start working on it. Start with your own car. Put them in your own vehicles. And if you're ashamed to put this sign in your own vehicles, then you're ashamed to be in the real estate business. What are you ashamed of? We provide a lot of services. We do a lot of good. And think of what this country would be like if people weren't out there rehabbing these ugly houses. Who's going to do it? Not owner occupants, just us investors. Well, right now we're looking for pretty houses. And along the way, we're going to get some ugly ones as well if you put these signs in your rear window on your vehicles. And lastly, for today's seminar anyway, is yellow letters. Now, probably you've seen yellow letter workshops. There's a couple of them on the Gold Club website. I teach them at my boot camps for sure. But then when I'm through teaching them, I usually tell people, don't mail yellow letters. And the reason is, if I can get all the leads that I want for little or no money, why would I want to spend yellow letter money and get leads through yellow letters? It's going to cost you over $1 a piece to mail yellow letters. It doesn't cost you anything to find a sign to call it, or run an ad to call it, or very little put out signs. So if I can get all the leads I want here, all of them that I can follow up on and call, then I probably don't want to mail yellow letters. But today, Christy King has come up with a new list of lists that's going to change that. Let me just read you. This is what, can you folks go close on that? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm leaving that up there for you guys so you can take a screenshot of it for a little bit. All right. This is the list of lists. What you're looking at is lists that Christy King can get for you. Now, what you're seeing here is Duval County only for last month. This is one county. So let me just read you some of these lists that she can get. Now, by the way, she's getting these lists from a list company that charges twice as much money for these same lists that she can get for you. So, probates, people that are in probate, people that are pre-probate. Now, these lists cost 50, 60, 70 cents a name, but they're so targeted. Your results are going to skyrocket from these very targeted lists than to just mail to some of the other lists that are in your course. Inheritance, people who've inherited houses. I've heard that was working very well. People that are in divorce and people that are post-divorce. Evictions. People, landlords. You mail to the landlord that just evicted a tenant. They're probably motivated. Code violations. If you're looking for cheap houses that are best for paying cash, that's a great list to mail to. For example, we got 40 to 50 of them this month in Jacksonville alone. That means a code violation was just filed this month. People in foreclosure and people in pre-foreclosure. So in other words, foreclosure has been filed, and then those who look like they're about to be in foreclosure because their payments are in arrears. Absentee owners, people are out. Well, she could always get you that list, but that's also a good list. She's even got a list of people who have negative equity, which means they owe more than they're worth. I'm not going to mail to that one, but at least you can get them. And then tax delinquents and a few others on here. Again, if you're going to mail yellow letters, get with Christy King at yellowletterlady.com and tell her you watch this video and you want to talk about her lists of lists. And if I were you, I'd ask for her opinion. You know, what do you think I should mail to? And she'll give you what she's getting good results from her students. I'll say it again, just the name alone now is going to cost anywhere from 22 cents to 60 cents or so. But I'm telling you, don't worry about that. That's in addition to the letter and so forth. The normal name will cost you about 10 or 15 cents. These cost 3 or 4 times that. But the quality of these lists do not even give a second thought to the cost of them. If the quality is through the roof, you're going to get a lot better results. Trust me, I'd rather pay $1 for a name that I get plenty of calls and get some deals from than I would 10 cents a name trying to squeeze blood out of a turnip here. So if you're going to mail yellow letters, mail them from that targeted list. I am cranking up that campaign myself right now, and I'm going to know pretty soon. I picked 4 or 5 lists off of here that I'm going to test. And I can tell you from talking to her that they're getting good results from students around the country that I've shared this list with, which frankly right now are only a handful. So you're getting this firsthand. This is Christy's list of lists. So honestly, can you do some of these things? Give me a break. Do you want to make money or not? If you want to make money, then quit relying on our VAs to do all the work for you and go find your own leads. These are a lot better leads than we've been getting from you. You're going to get a lot better results, and you're going to get a lot better reception when you talk to these people on the telephone. So go get some of this in action, if not all of it, and see if you don't see a big difference in your lead flow and the quality of your leads. All right, that's it for now. See you soon.